I had a very dear friend of mine that lived outside that was a religious man, got murdered in the Greenbelt here in Eureka, and I was so upset. I was so upset that and he got murdered over his bike, and it was just so upsetting to me. And so I remember one time, and the murderer was in jail, and I remember driving past the courthouse, and I had this internal struggle, and because I believe that we should love people unconditionally, and that we're called to love people and love them unconditionally, and that's my belief, and I strongly believe that. So when I was driving past the courthouse, I had this kind of internal thing say to me, you know, you're going to have to forgive him. And I remember saying, hell no, I am not doing that. And it was kind of this, back and forth. I refuse to do that. That guy murdered my best friend. It's not going to happen. And so I went on by, and then I went by again, and I was like, I'm going to have to forgive this guy. And I started thinking about the thought, if I don't forgive this guy, not only have I lost my best friend, then I've lost another life. And I'm called to love people unconditionally. And that means people that have murdered people. That means everybody. And so that was a really big test for me. And that's how Free Fridays came about, is my mother and I and Steve Kligman started outreach, and we started a clothing closet in memory of Michael Dragon, and that's the fellow that was murdered. And William Wright and I and Judith, Michael Dragon's mother, wanted us to forgive him and to not lose that life too. And so we reached out to him and wrote him and told him how much we loved him and that we forgave him. And it was really quite shocking to him. He wrote back, and he just really couldn't believe that we had given that kind of mercy to him. And so we created a service out of that was showing that we loved everybody. And we went on to serve thousands and thousands of meals there, and it was beautiful. It was really a beautiful outreach. But I remember having that struggle, and it was a big struggle for me, but that is what I believe I'm called to do, is to love the unlovable. And that can be a test at times, but we have to love everybody and love them unconditionally.